Hi, Aztec families and families of the city of Azusa. Today we have the Department of Consumer and Business Affairs with LA County, and they're gonna, Ms. Alejandra Rodriguez will go over some general guidance on preparing your taxes or what you should look for or ask your tax preparer when preparing your taxes. Again, all the information that will be addressed today will be general guidance questions and not answer any specific or personal questions. But before we get into that, we're also going to learn what the LA County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs offers to the public and what kind of services are available through them for free. So we would like to invite Ms. Alejandra Rodriguez, and you may begin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so we can get started. Let me see here. Give me a second while I get you in presentation mode. Okay, can you see my screen, Maritza?
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Alejandra Rodriguez. Work for the Los Angeles County Department of Consumer and Business Affairs Center for Financial Empowerment. Today's presentation, we're going to talk about DCBA, that's what we call ourselves for short, what we do and our services. And then we're going to get into the subject matter, which is taxes, because we are in tax season. DCBA's mission is to promote a fair and vibrant marketplace. We serve consumers, businesses, and communities through education, advocacy, and complaint resolution. That is our mission here at DCBA. Our department is broken down into 3 different buckets. The first one is consumer protection, and that's really how we started. Our department has been around since 1976, and we are one of the smallest, if not the smallest department here in LA County. But even though we're small, we like to say we're small but mighty because we do a lot of things here to serve you as a consumer, right? We're all consumers, whether it's a 5-year-old who bought a candy at the store or somebody who's purchasing a house. We're all consumers, so we're here to serve you. The consumer protection bucket, we have consumer counselors. So if you have a consumer related question, you can always give us a call or send us an email. We are at dcba.lacounty.gov. We have a complaint investigation. So if you've been defrauded in any way, you can give us a call, file a complaint online, come down to our offices. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30. We are asking that you do an appointment before coming in. So we don't have too many people in our waiting room due to COVID. So, but we are open. We're in downtown LA. That's where our main office is. We do have offices throughout LA County, but they're not open all day or every day. So if you are looking for an office that's closer to you, I would encourage you to give us a call so we can give you that information. So our investigations unit, it doesn't matter if it's something small or big. If you have a complaint because the laundromat ate, 50 cents and the owner doesn't want to give you your money back, or you bought a house and you've been defrauded in any way, it doesn't matter the amount. We take all the complaints. What we'll do is we'll contact the business and try to make you whole. What does that mean? That means we either try to get your money back or have the other party follow through on whatever contract you have with them. So you can do that by filing a complaint. Again, we'll contact the business, try to come to a resolution and advocate on your behalf. We have a mediation unit, which is probably my favorite unit. A mediator is a person who has no stake in the complaint. They don't take anybody's side. They're there to facilitate the 2 parties coming to an agreement. We know that if, for example, you take somebody to small claims court, the judge is going to give you 5 minutes to claim your case, and then they're going to make the decision for you. With mediation, both parties have the opportunity to, say their piece, and then come to an agreement that they're both satisfied with. Each party gives in a little bit to get a resolution. And with mediation, these types of cases involve no fraud. So the type of cases that we see in our mediation unit are a lot of neighbor-to-neighbor disputes over a barking dog, a fence, a tree, things like that. But we also take business to business. So if a business wants to mediate with another business or a consumer with a business. Let's say you are in credit card debt, you're getting calls from your credit card company, or and you want to do a payment plan or things like that, we can definitely assist you with that. We get a lot of mediation requests for breakups. You're living with your boyfriend, you break up, you're fighting over the pots and pans. Maybe we can assist you with that. So just a variety of things that our mediation can assist you. They are done over the phone, or we can do them online through the computer. Previously to COVID, they were, some of them were done in person, but definitely easier to do them over the phone so you don't have to come into downtown LA. We have small claim advisors. So if you're being sued or want to sue somebody in small claims courts, we have people to walk you through the process, let you know what documents you need. Or if you've won a small claim case and you want to know how to collect, they can assist you with that as well. They are not attorneys, so they're not going to give you any legal advice, but they know the legal process. They know how it works. They know what you need. So they're very helpful. These are the calls that we get the most into our department. Now, we're not an enforcement agency, so we can't make the other party, for example, if you file a investigations complaint, we can't make the other party do what we wanted to do, but because we are a government agency, they do want to work with us, and we have a very high success rate. The two things we do enforce, however, are we do enforce the minimum wage in unincorporated LA County. So if you work in unincorporated LA County and you're not being paid what you have to get paid, you can give us a call and we can investigate. We also enforce rent stabilization. So if you live in unincorporated LA County and you're renting somewhere and they want to have you leave, or they're raising your rent, and we enforce that they're doing it properly. So you can always give us a call if you live in unincorporated LA County, so we can let you know what your rights are. So those are the units that we have that fall under consumer protection. Once again, all our services are 100% free. We serve LA County residents. That's really our only requirement. However, there are times where we take complaints from people that don't live in LA County. For example, there might be a business that's defrauding a lot of people here in LA County and you live in Orange County, we'll be happy to take your case. Also, maybe if you're in a military family and you're originally from LA County, but for whatever reason, you've been stationed somewhere, or you're not actually technically living here, we will take your complaint as well. Then we have the economic development bucket, and that would be the Center for Financial Empowerment, which is a unit that I work for. And then we have the foreclosure prevention unit. So if you're at risk of losing your home, we can assist you with that. Now, we don't give out money, let me just say that up front, but we do connect you if there's assistance where you might get money, or we know of different programs that can assist you. We'll definitely connect you with those. And also, our employees here are very good at, let's say you just need extra time to pay your mortgage, or you need to come, you want to come into some sort of agreement for a payment plan, or whatnot, or maybe you do need to leave the house and you want some sort of cash for keys. They know what all the programs are. They know, so they would contact the bank on your behalf and try to help you come into some sort of agreement with them if you need more time or whatnot. And then we have the Office of Immigrant Affairs, and they are here to help immigrants no matter of status, and let them know what the county offers for them, what services are available for them. And that's the Office of Immigrant Affairs. I would encourage you all to visit our website, dcba.lacounty.gov, to learn more about the services and what we offer for LA County residents. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put any questions on the chat, and then I will gladly answer them at the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's talk about taxes, because we are in the middle of tax season. Now, not everyone has to file, but often people who don't file miss out on refundable tax credits. For 2021, people who earned more than $12,500 must file a tax return. So by law, if you filed earned more than that, you must file a tax return. The deadline this year is April 18th, not April 15th. So you have a couple more days to do your taxes. And there is no plan to extend the filing season like previous years. We know the last 2 years, it was extended a couple of times because of the pandemic. This year, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, or else they would have probably already said something by now. Don't wait, organize your documents, and make a plan to file if you haven't done so. Now, if you have done so and you learn something new here, like tax credits that you didn't claim, you can always amend that tax return to make sure that you claim all the refundable tax credits that you earn, because you are going to learn right now that even if you might not have the filing requirement, you might want to file your taxes anyways. Okay, the Earned Income Tax Credit, or EITC as it's known for short. We recognize that early that the refundable tax credits like the EITC and the Young Child Tax Credit are among the most efficient and existing anti-poverty programs here in the US, yet they are very underused. So we want to make sure that you know about these tax credits and that you claim them, because these are not automatic tax credits. Your tax preparer, or if you're doing your own taxes, has to click the button, for example, to make it easy, has to claim this tax credit for you. And this is the Earned Income Tax Credit is just that, if you have any earned income. So basically, if you worked, this tax credit is for you. This tax credit helps low to moderate income working families, giving them up to $6,728,000 this year. And filing a return is the only way to get it. There is no other way to get this refundable tax credit. You have to file your taxes. Persons who have earned income and made less than $57,414 or less may qualify for this tax credit. To qualify, again, earners must file even if their income is so low that they normally would not. So I said you had to file your taxes if you earned over the $12,000 and change, right? But there's people who don't file because they only made $500, they only made $5,000, they only made $10,000, so they don't file. But which means is they can't claim this tax credit. So even if you made less than the qualifying amount, the required amount, you should still file if you worked. Here's some statistics for you. Nearly 1 in 5 taxpayers who are eligible for the EITC don't claim it on their return. Again, it's not an automatic return. It has to be physically claimed. So that's why people who file don't claim it. And here's another statistic. It's estimated that 330,750 LA County residents qualify for it. But again, don't claim it. So they're filing their taxes, they're just not claiming the tax credit, and that is a problem. This year, for the first time, taxpayers who use the married filing separately status are now eligible for the state and federal EITCs, where previously they were not. California automatically conforms to this provision. So yay, California, for doing it automatically for that provision. Continuing with the EITC. So how much money can you get with the federal one? The credit amount really depends on your income, your marital status, and your family size. For 2021, the credit is worth up to $6,728, and families with children are eligible for the highest amount. It's estimated that LA County residents fail to claim $580 million in EITC dollars annually. The amount for the federal EITC for individuals with no children has tripled. So more than ever, you're getting more money. And you can see here with this this little graph here, if you have no children and you made up to $27,380, you can get up to $1,502 on your tax return, or lower your tax bill. If you have one child and you made no more than $48,108, you get up to $3,618. 2 children, 53. You can't make more than $53,865 to get the $5,980. If you have 3 or more children, now this stays the same. If you have 3 or you have 10, this is the max you can get, okay? And you can't make more than $57,414, and you'll get up to $6,728. So if you have 3 children, make no more than $57,000 a year, you'll get $6,728 with the federal EITC. California has its own EITC, the Cal EITC. Again, this one is the same as the federal one. The credit amount depends on your income, marital status, and family size. For 2021, the credit is worth up to $3,160. And again, families with children are eligible for the highest amount. You may qualify if you are at least 18 years old or have a qualifying child and have earned income of $37,000 or less. And as of last year, I-10 holders qualify for the Cal EITC, not for the federal one, just the Cal EITC. Taxpayers with children from the ages of 0 to 5 also receive an additional $1,000 from the child tax credit if they qualify for the Cal EITC. So as you can see here from this chart, people with no children and that make no more than $30,000 a year get $255. Qualifying children, if you have no more than, 3 or more, again, as you can see here, the California maximum income for all is $30,000. That a family would get $3,160 if they have 3 or more children. Another tax credit that we want to talk to you about is the child tax credit, or CTC. The child tax credit is worth $3,000 to $3,600 per child for this filing season. Taxpayers may have already received half of the expanded CTC in advance payments. The remaining CTC or any amounts not received for 2021 can also be claimed by filing, a tax return this year. So many of us started receiving an advance for this money, which started in July, went all the way up to September. So we got half. At that time, people who didn't normally file taxes or didn't have the requirement to file taxes, because you don't have to have any earned income. So as long as you have children, you qualify. So people had the option of going to like the IRS website, and they had a portal, and you would put in your information to get this money or to get this advance. That is not an option now. You have to file your taxes. So even if you don't file taxes because you don't work, but you have children, you should still file your taxes so you can get the other half of that advancement. So very, very important. File your taxes even if you don't work, if you have children, so you can receive this tax credit. The $3,600 is for children under the age of 5 or 5 and under. So if you have, and this is per child. So you have 5 children, you'll get, let's say they're 10 years old, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, you'll get $3,000 for each child. So that's $15,000, right? If you have 5 children. I-10 holders qualify to receive the child tax credit money if they have a qualifying child. So I've been saying a qualified child. What does that mean? The child must be under 18 years old, has a valid social security number. The child is a taxpayer's son, daughter, stepchild, eligible foster child, brother, sister, half brother or sister, or descendant of any of them. The child lived with the taxpayer for at least half the year, and the child can be claimed as a dependent on the taxpayer's tax return. So once again, this is what qualifies as a child. The person doing the taxes doesn't have to have a social security number. They can have an I-10 to receive the money, but the child does have to have a social security number to qualify. This is a resource that I want to introduce you to. It's from United Ways of California. It's their text messaging campaign. So if you text 211, if you text tax credits to 211-211, that's the English one, they're going to estimate your tax return, your tax refund. They're going to give you free online filing resources. They're going to give you free drop-off tax options, and you can get help from a virtual help from a VITA tax preparer if you're doing your own taxes. So this is a great campaign and resource for you. I highly recommend that you text income taxes or tax credits LA to 211-211 to get information. Here are some other free tax prep resources for you. United Ways has myfreetaxes.org. and you can use their software. It doesn't matter the income level. Code for America has getyourrefund.org, and you qualify if you make less than $66,000 a year. Then we have the VITA program. They are IRS volunteered income tax assistance program, and you can go to freetaxprep.org to find a VITA site near you, and you qualify if your household income is less than $57,000 a year. And we're going to talk a little bit more about the VITA program. So the VITA program, it's accurate, it's free, it's trustworthy tax preparation assistance. They're knowledgeable about valuable tax credits. So remember, I said earlier, it's not an automatic tax credit. You have to claim it when you're doing your taxes or when somebody's doing your taxes, and VITA preparers know about these tax credits. They're free, quality tax service for households earning, again, less than $57,000 a year. The volunteers are certified through the IRS annually. So every year they have to learn about the new, whatever the new laws, whatever the IRS is putting out there, they have to learn it and they have to pass a test. All returns are reviewed by at least one other preparer before they are submitted. So usually their supervisor reviews all tax returns before they are submitted into the IRS. And they have an over 90% accuracy rate, which is very high. The paid tax preparers, I believe they have over 70% accuracy rate. So these volunteers have a higher accuracy rate. Remember, they have to be trained, they have to be by the IRS, they have to pass a test, where the people that you pay, although we think they might be more knowledgeable because they're getting paid, this is not usually what they do for a living. They're seasonal. They don't have to have IRS certification. So just be aware of that. You can call to see if there's an appointment available, or to see if they have some drop-off options for you. And where do you find a VITA site? You can go to freetaxprep.org. They help across the county. Give me a second, please. Volunteer income tax assistance. So they prepare, again, VITA, they free tax preparation for taxpayers with income up to $57,000. They have self-facilitated tax preparation. So if you want to do your own, you can access their tax preparation software if you make under $100,000. And they also have the low income tax clinic, and they assist with answering letters from the IRS, setting up a payment plan if you owe the IRS money, and defending your rights as a taxpayer. So they have a lot of different options. Again, you can go to their website, put in your zip code, and it'll let you know what VITA tax office is near you. Like I mentioned earlier, you should be prepared to file your taxes, have all your documents ready. Here's a list that you need when you go. So you are required by all taxpayers to have a photo ID, have all your social security cards, or your ITIN numbers for you and your dependents, and that's what you file. W-2s from your employer. They're going to ask you for if you have any cash on hand. If you do contract work or you work for Uber, Lyft, or Grubhub or something like that, you're going to need your 1099s. If you have retirement income as well, if you receive Social Security money, if you received unemployment, you need to take that. If you won the lottery or you went to Vegas and won some money, you're also going to need to give them your gambling money. Not give them their gambling money, give them the documentation that you had earnings from that. You have to be insured, so you want to have proof of insurance, health insurance. If you were a victim of identity theft and you were issued a PIN by the IRS previously, make sure you have that handy. To make it easier on the preparers, please share last year's tax return with them. And most importantly of all, we want you to get your money as quickly as possible. So please take your checkbook and know your routing and your account number. So if you do have any money coming to you, then that can be put into your bank account as quickly as possible. We know that the IRS has a backlog. So especially for those people that are receiving checks, That takes a much longer time. So we want you to get your money as quickly as possible and put directly into your checking account. For those of you that are filing your taxes online, here's some do's and don'ts. Do delete any sensitive information from your phone after filing. Check your antivirus protection, make sure it's up to date, and use a private network. Don't leave your computer logged into your tax prep website. Don't use public Wi-Fi to file your taxes. Please do not use a shared or public device. Please don't, use Starbucks's Wi-Fi to do your taxes. You want to do your, use a private Wi-Fi. There's a lot of sensitive information that you're sharing when you're doing your taxes. So please use a private Wi-Fi connection. We want to tell you about some tax scams. Recognizing tax scams, knowing these can help you avoid most types of scams. The IRS does not initiate contact via email, text messages, or social media to request your personal or financial information. They will send you a letter. They will not demand immediate payment using a specific method type. They're not going to ask you to pay them with prepaid debit cards or gift cards or wire transfers. They will always mail you a bill first. And this might seem silly, but we know a lot of people who have been defrauded and the fraudsters have asked them to pay them with gift cards. So just be aware of that. You will always be given the opportunity to question or appeal the amount you owed, and they will not demand you pay taxes without offering you this opportunity. It is your right as a taxpayer. They will never threaten you with action from law enforcement. So they're not going to say, if you don't pay now, we're going to send the police to arrest you. They will not do that. They cannot revoke your driver's license, your immigration status, or your business license. The IRS, if you owe money, again, you are going to get a letter. You're going to be given the option to appeal, and you're going to be given the option to pay in payments if you can't afford to give one lump sum. The IRS has recently started actually doing in-person visits to those who owe taxes. So if you do get someone at your door claiming to be the IRS, they should always provide you with 2 forms of ID, a pocket commission and a HSPD-12 card. You have the right to see these and to confirm their credentials. If you ask to confirm those credentials, they should willingly give you an IRS phone number to do so. Anyone you pay to prepare your taxes must have a valid prepared tax identification number and must sign your tax return. If they do not sign your tax return, this is a red flag that the person is what we call a ghost preparer who just wants to charge you a fee and then you'll never see them again. So just be mindful of that. Here are some common tax issues. So you may file up to 3 years after the tax year. So if you missed out on a previous year's refund or stimulus, you can file your taxes up to 3 years after the tax year. So you have, the option if you didn't file last year, the year before, you can still file those taxes. Just make sure that you have all your documents together. And a VITA tax preparer can assist you with this as well. You might want to do this if you didn't claim any of the tax credits that you were eligible for. You might want to still file or amend previously tax returns. My dependent has been claimed by another taxpayer. This usually happens, when either parents are separated, where one will claim a child without notifying the other one or without the other's permission. So the IRS encourages taxpayers to file their taxes anyway, even if the non-custodial parent might have claimed the child in their tax returns. The IRS is going to request supporting documents from both parties and decide who claim the dependent. Will I need to repay the child tax credit? Like I mentioned before, we got an advance last year, and some people might have not been eligible. Maybe they had a child who didn't qualify anymore because they turned 18 or whatnot. Just so you know, it's highly unlikely that you will be asked to repay the tax credit if you receive that portion of the CTC for a child that is not on your tax return this year. And there are definitely protections for low to moderate income individuals. So even if you received an advancement, if you are, if you fall into the low to moderate income bucket, then you will probably not be asked to repay that. Some more common tax issues that we see. I work for myself. How do I report my income? Make a record of your earnings and receipts for any expenses. Try to set up a bank account just for your business, the money that comes in and the money that you're spent. And you're going to want to have proof of any earnings and deductions. So that's the best way to do it. I am not a citizen. Should I file my taxes? Yes, definitely. It's very important that non-citizens report their income and file their taxes. It is not a public charge to receive tax refunds for you and your children. Most tax sites help with applying for an ITIN when you file your income taxes. So very important, even if you are not a citizen, to file your taxes. This proves citizenship and that you're doing the right thing by filing your taxes. And you are entitled to receive any refunds, even if you are a non-citizen and you may have a qualifying child. And that is it. Do we have any questions?
I just want to say that as you were discussing or presenting the information, I did text 211-211, and for the English, I wrote for English information, I was texting tax credits LA, and they responded right away, asked me about 4 really quick questions, and they guided me to what I needed to do next. So I didn't know about this. This is really cool. It asked me what best suits my situation, if I'm single with no children or married with children, and then other options. How many children or dependents do I have? If my yearly income was above or below this, yes or no. And then they gave me like they even asked if I already filed, and if I already did, they give me an option of how I can amend it, and then how many years I have until I can amend it, and locations to visit a VITA site or another location using the website. What would you say? The Free Tax Prep LA. So this is
Yeah.
really cool. I really like this.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
no problem, yeah, great options, reliable source. We all know who United Way is. They're so very reliable. Yeah. So I highly encourage people to use that resource. Also, I forgot to mention the presentation bit. For those of you that need to get an ITIN, I really want to encourage you to contact MAOF. They're a nonprofit community-based organization that are doing not only your taxes, but they're also helping you get an ITIN number. That's the Mexican American Opportunity Foundation. They're doing different workshops throughout LA County. I believe they have one coming up in Southgate and whatnot, but you can contact them and make an appointment to not only help you file your taxes through the VITA program, but also if you need an ITIN.
Excellent. And for those who are watching the recording and need some assistance in contacting Mexican American Opportunities Foundation, or to get online for freetaxprepla.org, or looking for a local VITA office, or you are interested in one of the services that the DCBA of LA County offers and would like to get in contact with them, or how to submit a request online, feel free to contact me here at Azusa High School Community Schools. My desk line is 626-815-3413. Again, my name is Mirta Martinez, and I can help guide you through those avenues. And that way, we just want to make sure that you stay informed and you have the resources you need so you can successfully complete what it is that you're trying to complete. If it's your taxes or something that the DCBA can help with, we're here to help. Thank you very much, Alejandra, for your presentation, and we hope to have you again for our following school year.
No problem. Thank you for having us. Once again, you can find us at dcba.lacounty.gov, or I encourage you to follow us. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at LA County CFE.
Thank you. Everyone
Thank
have
you.
a great one.
Bye-bye.